winter storm is still in the cards for the weekend. We're going to break down that latest forecast into 2022.
And as Wisconsin feels the surge of the Omicron variant, we take a look at the latest numbers impacting our state. Also, a guilty verdict, what Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty of and what she's now facing. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. Lee Lynchite has the day off. As the new year approaches, so to Alert Day is Chris Reese is here with Madison's certified most accurate forecast. He is tracking some snow and a big drop in temps. Hey, Chris.
A yellow light on a traffic light always means be prepared to stop. For us, it means be prepared for a storm. It's now time to get that game plan ready because it does still look like a storm system is going to impact us as we start to move into the new year. Now a little over 2 days away, but this is Saturday at midnight. Happy New Year. Things are all dry at that point, but as we start to move towards the morning and the afternoon, that storm is going to be arriving from the south and pushing to the north. The question is, how far north does this get with the heaviest snow? For now, it does still look like the heaviest of that is going to be along and south of that state line, but any shifts in this track could really change things. This right here is going to be model number 2. You see the same deal, except it's even a little bit further towards the north with the expectation of the system before things wind down. I even have a third model that shows you the exact same expectation. This is why in my bottom line, confidence is increasing that we are going to see snow and the cold as we start to move towards New Year's Day, but there's still time for several changes to happen between now and then. But here's the other thing. This is really a boom or a bust type of forecast. Because of how sharp that cutoff is going to be to the northern side, you can end up with very little, but then a sudden shift in that track could really begin to increase those totals. And we're going to let you know how that storm is tracking. You can take out your phone right now, open up the camera app, and point it at your screen. It's going to take you to where you need to go to download that First Warn Weather app. I update it multiple times a day. And we also have the rest of the weather team. We are having videos on this app so that you have all the information that you need. I want you to get that information from us because, one, we're your First Warn weather team, but two, we're certified most accurate weather team in Madison. So when it comes to the storm, we are the folks you want to get that information from. Now let's jump back towards today. We are seeing some snowflakes out there now. Most of this is really just light flurry activity. A lot of it not necessarily making it towards the ground, but we are going to, of course, continue to keep an eye on things. A lot of that's north of Madison as well. Meanwhile, we're generally staying dry. Cloudy, though. 16 is our temperature. Winds are out of the north at 6. Check out the wind chill down at 7 degrees this morning. 21 in Mineral Point, 13 in the Dells, 21 in Janesville this morning. You see our little chance for some flurries as well. We'll warm up to about 31 into the afternoon, and then we will start to cool things back down into the 20s. Overnight tonight, more 30s can be expected for your Friday. In addition to the snow, we are cold as we start to move towards Sunday. Wind chills Sunday morning could be as low as 20 degrees below zero. That is why that is also an alert day. We are watching. We're always giving you the first warn. We are watching Wednesday into Thursday for perhaps another chance of snow around here.
Yeah, there's the next one. Chris Reese always tracking it for you. Thanks, Chris. News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters. The virus has now killed more than 10,000 people in Wisconsin. Dane County just saw its highest 7-day case count. Our McKenna Alexander breaks down the latest data.
With the new year just days away, millions are looking toward the future. But as COVID surges across the U.S., health officials are forced to focus on the present. Here in Wisconsin, that means closely monitoring local COVID data. Across Dane County, the 7-day average for new cases sits at 497, the highest it's been since the start of the pandemic. This comes as testing providers are booked days in advance, drive-through sight lines extend for blocks, and hospitals are grasping for resources as they near capacity.
And we find ourselves exceedingly full, essentially 100% full. We take one in as we send one out.
A capacity that's now beginning to be felt by already burnt-out hospital staff. UW health officials saying now the packed hospital rooms are made up of more than COVID patients.
This time around, it's like the deck is stacked a little bit higher against us.
The burnout and departures caused by this pandemic also leading to a staffing shortage among hospitals, meaning there are less providers despite increasing patients. But it's not just COVID patients that are filling the hospital beds. UW Health is also seeing patients that have put off procedures during the pandemic, as well as the state's aging population needing additional care. Not to mention a recent rise in influenza infections that officials say could lead to additional hospitalization. Yet another blow to healthcare workers that already feel they're at ground zero. For News 3 Now, this is McKenna Alexander.
You can find all of that data right now at channel3000.com. Public Health Madison and Dane County adopting the new CDC COVID-19 recommendations. The updated guidance reduces the amount of time a person who tests positive for COVID-19 should isolate themselves. Now a person who tests positive only needs to isolate for 5 days. The guidance also lowers to 5 days for the recommended quarantine period for those who are unvaccinated or not boosted who come into contact with someone with COVID-19. The FDA authorizing 2 new over-the-counter at-home COVID-19 tests. The Roche and Siemens at-home tests went through the Biden administration's new accelerated review program. The tests are the first to gain FDA authorization through the program, which is set to bring tens of millions of new tests per month to the U.S. The demand for COVID tests is so high right now that lines at the Fitchburg Family Pharmacy are affecting traffic. So the Fitchburg Police Department and Public Works have come up with a map to address the issue. So you'll now need to enter the testing line from Fish Hatchery Road and Caddis Bend, and from there, drivers should follow the signs and cones to the testing area in the pharmacy parking lot. You can get a required QR code for testing on the pharmacy's website. We have a link to it at channel3000.com. Pfizer Forum back to requiring masks in Milwaukee. The guidance covers all events, including games, concerts, and shows. The policy goes into effect Friday when the Harlem Globetrotters make their annual trip to Milwaukee. The trial for Chandler Halderson, the Dane County man accused of killing and dismembering his parents earlier this year, is set to begin in less than a week. Jury selection for the case is scheduled for Monday, January 3rd, with the trial itself expected to take as long as 3 weeks. During a status hearing yesterday, the prosecution was clarifying what kind of evidence was permitted to bring to trial.
We chose not to include photographs of the skeletal remains once the medical examiner had to remove the human tissue. So because those aren't especially graphic, they're certainly human remains, but obviously the court has probably looked at the photographs and understands there's a stark difference between those and what everyone should be concerned about.
We'll have live continuing coverage of the Halderson trial on channel3000.com, our social media pages, and on Channel 3000 Plus streaming apps. Jurors in the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking trial deliberated for 5 full days, then found Maxwell guilty on all but 1 count. That includes the most serious charge, the grooming and trafficking of young girls. 4 accusers testified that Maxwell witnessed them being abused by Jeffrey Epstein, arranged their travel, and even instructed them on how to give Epstein massages. Some of the accusers were as young as 14 at the time. 2 say Maxwell herself groped them. Maxwell chose not to testify, telling the court the prosecution failed to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. She now faces up to 65 years in prison. New information on the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol this morning. An emergency request to block a bank from turning over financial records to the House Select Committee investigating January 6th was denied yesterday. The records pertain to former President Donald Trump's spokesperson, Taylor Buttigieg, who is still challenging the subpoena in court. According to the order, a federal judge denied the request as moot. The bank, J.P. Morgan, previously said it would comply with the subpoena if Buttigieg didn't meet last Friday's deadline. Buttigieg alleges that the panel is not authorized to issue the subpoena. A spokesperson for J.P. Morgan has not said whether the bank turned over the documents. 6:08 coming up. It's finally game day. Hear from the Badgers as they sit down one last time before tonight's bowl game. And will Aaron Rodgers be a Packer next year? Hear what he has to say. That's coming up.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with Serta Queen sets from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale, open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and you know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
How do you use your energy? Celebrating the people you love? Mixing up smiles? Making each day brighter than the last? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house, with custom sofas from $7.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale, open New Year's Day, 11 to 4.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Well, today is the day. All indications point to the Badgers and the Sun Devils still playing that bowl game in Las Vegas, despite COVID canceling many others. Wednesday, tight end Jake Ferguson said the pandemic taught him one key thing: learn to appreciate every game you get. Lane Kimball is in Las Vegas, where the team spoke with reporters one more time before the game.
With the tangible prize standing in front of him, Badgers coach Paul Chryst spoke a lot about the intangibles of what this week means.
Grateful for one more opportunity, last opportunity for this team to be able to play.
While the Las Vegas Bowl wasn't the preseason goal, tight end Jake Ferguson knows Thursday's game against Arizona State is important.
I mean, it's always good to get one in the W column, but I think finishing this one off, ending this season with this team, this is a special team. Gone through a lot of adversity.
Adversity that includes dealing with COVID, something that's keeping starting fullback John Chanel and some other players home.
I've loved and appreciated the way the guys have approached everything, and certainly we're aware of it. And you know, we've had some players that not on the trip because of it, but you just kind of roll with it.
Arizona State is rolling with the punches too, heading into a game against Wisconsin without its starting running backs and corners.
We just prepare for the opponent. And we're playing a very good opponent. They've been very consistent all season.
That's thanks in large part to star tailback Braylon Allen, who's piled up 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns, essentially in 8 games.
The game's going to be one up front, so it's about who wants it more. Do they want it more than us, or do we want it more than them?
On a sun-soaked bowl game eve, there's still a full day to contemplate that before the Sun Devils and the favored Badgers enter Allegiant Stadium for the first time.
We've had the opportunity to play at some stadiums similar and things like that, and you know, it's always exciting to go see them all and to kind of play in the NFL stadiums, because obviously that's a lot of people's goals.
Lane Kimball reporting for us there. The Badgers say they'll get a chance to walk through Allegiant Stadium for the first time this morning, about 8 hours before kickoff. Badger men's basketball team, meantime, back on the hardwood after 2 weeks off. COVID canceled their last game against George Mason. The first game in 2 weeks against the Illinois State Redbirds. The Badgers would find themselves up by double digits most of the game. Second half, though, the Redbirds pecked away at the lead. Wouldn't be enough, though. Badgers win it, 89-85. Badgers now have 10 wins on the season. Next matchup is Monday on the road against third-ranked Purdue. Packers QB Aaron Rodgers, meantime, opening up about coming back next season. He hasn't made a decision, but says he won't make fans wait too long.
It won't be something where I'll drag it out for months and months, you know, have conversations with my loved ones after the season, with Brian and Mark and Russ and coaching staff, and then make a decision at some point. You know, I'm not going to hold the team back from anything, and once I commit, and if it's committing, you know, to move forward here, it'll be a quick decision.
Rodgers, the favorite right now to win MVP this season. Right behind him, former Badger Jonathan Taylor for that award. Other Packers news: star cornerback Jair Alexander officially back on the roster, off the injured list. 6:15. Time now to check with Chris Reese and Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Yeah, we're in the teens this morning, and I felt that wind. It doesn't take much for it really to feel cold out there.
Yeah, our temperature just got its driver's license. It's 16 out there this morning. I cannot believe I just said that, but we do have the cloudy skies. Winds out of the north at 6. Our wind chill is down at 7. 21 by the time we get you towards 10 o'clock, 25 by lunchtime. We're going to see that overall mix of sun and clouds today. That being said, I cannot rule out a little flurry. It's a possibility, but most of that's going to be further to our north. That being said, bigger snow. That's going to be possible as we start to move towards New Year's Day, and bitter cold as we move into January 2nd. Perhaps some wind chills as low as 20 degrees below zero. Here's how I expect things to play out. By the time we get you towards New Year's Day, at this point, it is lunchtime. You've slept from the night before. You're starting to cook those black-eyed peas. Snow's going to be working its way into the picture from the south. 4:30 into the afternoon, I expect snow to be falling on New Year's Day. If this trends towards the north, it's a little heavier. If it trends towards the south, maybe not so much. But as of now, I expect snow to be falling. That'll start to wrap up, though, as we go into the overnight hours and into parts of your Sunday. How much snow are we looking at? Well, at the moment, it looks to be about a 2 to 4 inch snowfall event here in southern Wisconsin, with higher amounts closer to that state line. That's where you could see upwards of at least close to 6 inches of snow. So it is something that I am keeping a very, very close eye on, because this storm system does have double-digit snow totals with it. Right now, I'm expecting that across Illinois. But if this shifts to the north, that could be something that we have to deal with. And if it shifts to the north, odds are it would be a stronger storm system as well. So we're going to continue to watch the pattern ahead as the storm system makes itself known in our part of the country. And again, we have multiple models showing that chance of a storm. So stay tuned, folks. We still have a day or so to really fine-tune some of those details, but I can tell you that to our south, across parts of Iowa, across parts of Missouri, winter storm watches are already happening. We'll see if any of those include parts of southern Wisconsin later on today. That being said, traffic-wise for you this morning, it's smooth. I also have to say, other than what we saw yesterday, I feel like one of our snow events was on a Sunday, and then this is also on a Saturday, so just this past Tuesday and Wednesdays. That's been the only snow event that impacted a work day so far.
Yeah, if we get that next one that you're tracking, the one after the one, that, yeah.
We can't freak them out yet.
That would be a work week.
And a school day, too, so we'll have to watch that one closely.
Thanks, Chris. No winner last night in the Powerball. That means the jackpot's now at $483 million. Wednesday was the final Powerball of the year. Next is Saturday on New Year's Day. Signs Nevada casinos have also returned to pre-pandemic profits, exceeding them, actually. The Nevada Gaming Control Board says casinos set a record in November, reporting a 9th straight month of $1 billion or more in housing winnings. That beats the previous record of 8 consecutive months set between 2006 and 2007. Up in lacrosse, some of the best high school wrestlers are there for the Bi-State Classic Tournament. After being canceled last year because of the pandemic, Tyler Job explains the importance of the tournament being back despite a recent surge in COVID cases.
It's one of the Coulee region's biggest wrestling tournaments. One that means a lot for Holman parent Penny Beers, whose son Branson is hitting the mats.
He's wrestled youth tournaments when he was little, all the way up into high school, and you work hard for a long time.
Penny says it's good to be back at the tournament, knowing her son doesn't have much wrestling time left in high school.
High school is 4 years. That's all they got.
There are 71 teams from Wisconsin and Minnesota hitting the mats at the Lacrosse Center. Lots of teams competing when COVID cases are climbing across the region again.
It is a concern, but I think you just got to protect yourself and do what works for you.
Event organizer Dave Rudrud says each school has its own guidelines. And with schools back in session, he says he believes the tournament should go on.
It's an effort to be responsible and return to some level of normalcy from where we were before.
Downtown Main Street Executive Director Terry Bauer says downtown is usually slow during the holidays. So an event like the wrestling tournament can only help the local economy.
Those people have an opportunity to shop and dine in downtown La Crosse. It's very important to our economy.
And important to the wrestlers' parents, despite the risks.
They work so hard for this and have a lot of goals, and when you take away a year, it's a whole different. We just have to learn to live with it.
The tournament is set to wrap up today at the Lacrosse Center. Coming up in our next half hour, a chilly night for thousands after a gas leak in the city of Juneau. More on that at 6:30. Stay with us.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with savings of up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
I was thinking maybe
your mom's car.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
Here comes Happy Ruben. She wants to wish everyone happy holidays. Happy loves to visit Ruben's Furniture. She likes to snuggle into a warm, cozy sofa. Winter is coming and she wants to just lay around. A sectional lets Happy stretch out and take a nap with her owner. Her favorite piece of furniture is a soft leather recliner. Happy loves to watch TV in her favorite chair. A bed is a perfect place to sleep after a long day at the dog park. Have a happy and healthy holiday from everyone at Ruben's Furniture.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance at geico.com.
Nobody says it better than our young fans.
Waukesha. Cooper Waukesha. Cooper Waukesha. And one car, that's all. One car, that's all. One car, that's all. One car, that's all. One car, that's all.
Gruber Offices. One call, that's all.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with store-wide savings, including holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
We're back back at 6:24. Kevin sharing his morning with us today. It's a wonderful shot from KCG, as we call them around here. Look at the fresh snow, the sunrise, the rolling hills. It's got it all, Chris Reese.
But then you have the fence.
Oh, the nice pointing out the fence.
I love that fence.
We are fence fans here, old fence fans. That is a good looking. That fence has seen a few winners. I'll tell you that. But doesn't it just look gorgeous out there now?
It really does.
The snow's falling.
This is so. This is pristine. This is a good morning.
It's a good.
I would love this.
Pristine. Yeah. Kevin, thanks for sharing your morning with us. If you want to share one, it's really easy. Just use the hashtag. Oh, and it's got Christmas lights on it, too. I didn't even see that. Did you see the Christmas lights?
I did not, no.
Yeah, the fence has Christmas lights on it. Those big, colorful bulbs, too. Those are nice. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning like Kevin did, and we'll share yours on the air, too. All right, listen to this. In South Bend, Indiana, a library is in awe over an overdue book. The book, over half a century overdue. Sir Gibby here. It was mailed back to the library, and they don't know who sent it. It was originally due in 1968. They calculated the late fee on this. It would be almost $4 grand. The discovery comes weeks before the library goes fee-free.
There's a librarian on Twitter that I know follows us closely on News 3 now. I wonder how she feels about this.
We'll have to ask her.
I know. If she's watching, she can tweet me. But, wow.
Maybe she can give us some insight on how they would investigate where the book came from.
Mailed in 53 years late, a late fee over $4 grand.
You don't ask them for the fee, do you? I don't know.
All right, real quick. The weather, because Mother Nature has been late on giving us substantial snow, at least until recently. It has finally happened. We have another chance coming up. It's not today, though. Lots of clouds as temperatures warm out to about 30.
Stick around. We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waukesha Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
In winter, you add an extra layer when you head outside. This year, you can do the same thing inside, too. A COVID booster makes your protection stronger, even against Delta and Omicron. So if you're vaccinated and 16 or older, give yourself an extra layer of protection in crowded stores, restaurants, wherever. Right when you need it most.
Wisconsin Politics 2021.
What genuinely surprised you this year?
News 3 Now's Naomi Coles leads a panel of state political journalists to help make sense of a chaotic year and preview what's to come in 2022. Tonight at 6. Get more local news now with Channel 3000 Plus, our free digital streaming service that brings you area news and info 24/7 from the News 3 Now team. Channel 3000 Plus. Download it today and watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
It's the final days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Your last chance to get the best deals of the year on Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks for 44 years straight. Only a few more days to save on our full lineup of Ford SUVs. Hurry in. It's the final days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Now get an Edge with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waukesha Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Right now, a gas leak leaving thousands chilly overnight. What caused it? No one more excited than the Badger football team for the Vegas Bowl tonight, except maybe the fans. Our coverage from Las Vegas continues.
And we continue to track those chances for snow, especially towards the weekend. We're going to have that latest forecast just moments away.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. It was a chilly night for more than 1,000 homes in the city of Juneau. That's because natural gas in the area was shut off due to a leak. Authorities in Dodge County evacuated an area after a crash on State Highway 26 erupted an above-ground gas pipe. Residents within a 1-mile radius of the crash site were notified and evacuated, including 5 homes. Repairs are expected to last at least 8 hours.
We are recommending that people stay warm tonight once the Alliant does shut off the gas, that they stay in their homes, keep the doors and windows shut, as little entrance and exit as possible to keep the heat in, and just try to add some extra layers.
There is a warming shelter opened up at Horicon High School and another one at Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Roads near the leak are expected to remain closed as crews deal with repairs. They should be opening up soon, though. Detours will be in place until then. Icy road conditions being blamed for another major crash on an interstate in western Wisconsin. It happened yesterday on I-94 outside of Eau Claire. Drone video of the scene here showing cars and trucks backed up for miles. Several people were injured following 2 crashes involving semis and other vehicles. There were also several minor crashes on 94. No deaths reported. 6:31. Chris Reese here now with Madison's certified most accurate forecast, tracking the next chance of some snow. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting off with a couple of flakes showing up on radar for us right now. A lot of this not reaching the ground. It's battling out some drier air throughout northern parts of Wisconsin, but that includes northern parts of our viewing area, dealing with at least a couple of flakes. Right along and just north of Interstate 90 throughout Juneau and Adams counties, yes, a couple of flakes may be falling out of the sky, but I don't expect this to really impact much of your day at all, other than a couple of flakes in the air this morning. Outside of that, we're dry, it's cloudy, the temperature's at 16, winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Janesville, a little bit warmer at 21. Same for Mineral Point. Platteville coming in at 20. We're at 16 in Watertown, 15 in Juneau, and 12 for Wisconsin Dells, along with Camp Douglas this morning. Some of those wind chills are down into the single digits, though. It's 7 for Madison and Monroe, 5 in the Dells, same for Viroqua. That wind chill in La Crosse is at 3 this morning. Now let's go throughout the rest of today. It's generally cloudy. Temperatures top out right around 31 or so. We're at 22 tomorrow morning, and then we're back into the lower 30s for your New Year's Eve. Now I will say some of the models have been trying to show at least a couple of snow showers and flurries on New Year's Eve. It's something to watch. That's a new development in some of the model data. I'll continue to watch this closely. But what I've really been paying attention to is what happens after that into New Year's Day, especially into the afternoon. This is 3:30 New Year's afternoon, and we're talking about snow that's starting to overspread parts of the state. That sticks with us for a good portion of your afternoon. In fact, multiple models have the storm system moving in from the south and west. Now, overall, most of the heaviest snow is south across northern parts of Illinois, but still, we're looking at accumulating snowfall for the southern half of Wisconsin as we start to move into the weekend and those first couple of days of the new year. Let's break it down. These are some of your impact zones. When you're in the purple, this is where a winter storm is likely. You need to make sure that you're prepared for this if you're in the purple. Milwaukee, Janesville, all the way over towards Edgerton. You really want to watch this closely. In that dark blue, really pay attention to those trends. And then as you work your way further towards the north and west, it's really just snow showers and flurries at this point. Madison, we're in the dark blue. Milwaukee, Janesville, you're in the purple. Further towards the north, it's really just snow showers and flurries at that point. But here are some of the areas, and you see your zone in your city where you really want to focus on how this trends. Anything further towards the north could start to bring those heavier snowfall amounts and greater impacts further back towards the north and west as well. That being said, it is time to develop that game plan, folks. Determine what you need to do now so that you're prepared for this storm on Saturday. I love to say be proactive, not reactive when it comes to the weather, and I'll do my part in helping you. You can take out your phone, open up the camera, and point it at the screen. That's going to take you where you need to go to download that First Warn Weather app. I'm going to have an update on that app coming up in about 35 minutes or so with some of the latest information. So make sure that you have that. We're your First Warn Weather team. You want to get that information from us. We're certified most accurate here in Madison. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a first warn as well. In that extended forecast, I am watching Wednesday into Thursday for perhaps another snowfall event around here.
Yeah, it's a great time to get that app. You can track the snow yourself with the Channel 3000 weather app. Just get it wherever you get your apps. Milwaukee, meantime, preparing for their first big snow of the season as their streets division is facing staffing shortages. The city says they're down about 57 snowplow drivers. Mayor Cavalier Johnson toured a Public Works building ahead of the impending snow to thank Public Works for keeping the streets safe. He mentioned the need for the community to do their part by clearing up sidewalks and obeying parking restrictions during snow removal.
Where we are, we're in Wisconsin, right? We have some of the most treacherous winters in the United States. I think Milwaukee is the #2 big city for cold, snow, and ice in the country. So we can't change our climate, and so we have to deal with it.
Milwaukee says they are hiring new candidates and training them as quick as they can. The Waukesha Christmas Parade Memorial is no longer at Veterans Park this morning. It was decommissioned with a closing ceremony yesterday. The memorial's been up for more than a month now. It's been a growing symbol of hope for the community. All the items picked up by the Waukesha Historical Society for preservation.
Even though the items won't be here, the spirit will still be there. The love and the caring will still be here.
On January 18th, the Waukesha Common Council will consider the creation of a permanent memorial commission. That commission will work with city and community leaders to decide the best location. Wisconsin doctors warn with the spread of Omicron, you might want to rethink your New Year's party plans. They say risk of infection is much higher even if only one stranger is at the gathering positive.
The numbers seem to suggest that 1 to 2 people might get infected if someone has COVID in a gathering. Then with Delta, that number became higher, more like 3 to 4. And now with Omicron, it's more like 6 to 7 or higher.
To further help prevent the spread, health officials say you should get tested before gathering and a few days after to make sure that you weren't exposed. This is even if you're vaccinated and boosted. Doctors recognize the mental health impacts of not spending holidays with friends and family, would say if you follow these mitigation steps, you can celebrate safely. Holiday travel chaos continued for a 6th straight day. The toll so far, more than 6,000 flights canceled since Christmas Eve. Yesterday, there were nearly 1,000 cancellations and more than 4,600 delays. Airline crews and staff calling out sick with COVID have devastated flight schedules. The CDC's decision this week to cut isolation and quarantine times in half will allow the airlines to bring back staff more quickly, but the flight attendant union president says that could put even more people in danger.
This guidance was put in place at the behest of corporate America. It was not put in place for public health initiatives. And frankly, that makes our jobs even harder.
The Omicron wave has influenced the union to support President Biden's consideration of a vaccine requirement for domestic air travel. To the Badgers now, it's the players, not the fans, who will dictate the winner of the Las Vegas Bowl tonight. But don't tell Badger fans that. Lane Kimball is in Las Vegas for us, where last night a pep rally got people fired up.
Let me set the scene for you, all right? The sun had set, the temperature was falling, the winds were swirling. Perfect conditions to make a Wisconsin fan feel right at home. And it didn't take the Badger band very long to warm them up. This doesn't sound like happy birthday to you. But to 7-year-old Lonnie Labotsky and her mother,
it's perfect.
We want to win. We want the Badgers to win as the special 8th birthday present.
Lonnie's birthday is Thursday, game day. It's a chance to see her Badgers play in person for the first time ever. So, yeah, her excitement level?
10 to 10.
But this trip from southeast Wisconsin to Nevada isn't just for her. Lonnie's older sister plays trumpet in the Badger band. Just like Jenny Moran's son, Sean.
We follow the Badgers to a lot of their bowl games, but partially because Sean's marching in it a lot that. So we get to see it, and it'll be fun. Get to make them win a game.
Some of those other games have been in warmer conditions, like Pasadena. Wednesday's Pepper Alley in Vegas, a deceiving 48 degrees and windy.
It's pretty cold. We're wearing our winter coats pretty much. Yeah, we get to jump around. Woohoo!
Whether it's jumping around or shouting at the top of their lungs, Badger fans are definitely ready for kickoff.
I see a lot of red here, so we have a ton of Badger fans here, which makes it even more enjoyable.
Meaning a big crowd of Badger backers confident in their team delivering the best present of all.
Go Badgers! Woohoo! Go Badgers! Woo!
Go Badgers!
Yeah. Now, I know we've talked a lot about the weather here, and it is cold by Vegas' standards, and today there's a 50% chance of rain in the forecast, too. The good news is Allegiant Stadium has a roof on top, a roof that Badger fans hope to blow off. Covering the Badgers in Las Vegas, Lane Kimball, News 3 Now this morning.
Kickoff is scheduled for 9:30 tonight. The game's on ESPN. If it's a bit too late for you, we'll have all the highlights tomorrow morning. 6:40 as we take a look outside. Chilly out there. Wind chills in the single digits. We have much colder temps on the way, though, and Chris will track that next shot at a few inches of snow. Also, a year full of political headlines. We break down everything that's happened in state politics in 2021 and look ahead.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with store-wide savings, including holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going sledding!
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Or find your Red Tag and you may qualify for $500 bonus cash on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's on top of most other offers. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
For one night only, relive the best of the Phantom of the Opera and Broadway's biggest hits with legendary singer Chris Mann from NBC's The Voice and star of The Phantom of the Opera. Phantom Voices at Overture Center January 8th. Tickets at overture.org.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspercream arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream.
Back again at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison with another big winner.
We're here with Pete, who just won $50,000 on Progressive Slots. How did you do it, Pete?
Well, first off, you get your rewards club card. You put that in the slots, the slot of your choice, of course. Now there I am. I'm seeing that machine. It's looking at me. We're vibing, and
it's vibing.
It's vibing with me. And then I start pressing buttons. Mash those buttons, as many buttons as you can press.
Buttons. There you have it, folks. Advice from a winner.
Well, I guess it's all about the buttons.
Who knew?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with savings of up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Hi, Chris. Happy holidays. I'm Natalie, and this is Madison. We're from Illinois. We want to know what the day's going to be like.
Natalie and Madison, but from Illinois. Hey, today things are going to be relatively cloudy across parts of the upper Midwest, but we do see our temperatures warming into the 30s. Yesterday, we didn't get out of the teens and 20s into the afternoon, so we are going to feel warmer out there today, but it is going to be gray. 16 is where we stand right now. Winds out of the north at 6, the wind chill down at 7. This morning, it is certainly cold. We're dry throughout southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. There are a couple of flurries up towards northern and central Wisconsin. Those move out as our temperatures move on up. Eventually, we start to turn our attention, though, to the alert days that we are watching for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, it is the snow. Sunday, it is the cold. Wind chills as cold as 20 degrees below zero into Sunday. But here's the model. You see that snow starting to work its way into the picture as we go through time. This is now Saturday afternoon. You see it starting to overspread parts of southern Wisconsin before that moves out into your Sunday. We got to keep a close eye on that. So we're going to watch it. That's my job. But I'll tell you what, I would love more videos, and I really, really, really want someone to send in a Plan My Day making a snow angel. We have snow on the ground now. So if you can do the Hey Chris, Plan My Day with the snow angel, or you know someone who would, I'm asking for it.
There we go. This weekend would be a great opportunity to do that. If we end up getting, 2 to 4 inches, we had some fresh snow. Doing a snow angel in the snow we have on the ground now might be a little crunchy. It's just a little too icy.
Just to hear the snow crunch, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. 6:45. If you're taking a deep breath now that 2021 is winding down, you're not alone. It's been a long and colorful year at the state capitol, and we're doing our best to break down what's important from this year and what to watch for in 2022. Amy Cole sits down with 4 state political reporters to do just that.
We got to fight for this.
Public health management of a pandemic belongs in the executive.
You're moving past the pandemic.
The governor will sign those bills.
Every week, it's a new headline.
I'd say the answer is no. I'm pretty upset.
Usually a divisive one. Behind the headlines, us, the reporters. I sat down with 4 of them to break down 2021 in state politics. Patrick Marley, Journal Sentinel, Emily Fannin, CBS 58 in Milwaukee, Scott Bauer, Associated Press, and Laura White, Wisconsin Public Radio. We started with the big one, the Michael Gableman investigation of the 2020 election results. What stands out to you as perhaps the most unusual or the most far-reaching headline?
We've really seen this investigation has been stacked with people who are have seemed to have made up their mind about the election.
I think this one is interesting in that it's a part of a national attempt by some people to question not only the outcome of the last election, but the process, the system of elections. It's not just about 2020, it's about 2022 and most importantly 2024.
We're a year after the 2020 election. It's been looked at every single way you can imagine, and the results have been confirmed, and yet we're continuing to do more review.
What are some of those headlines that are going to have a lot of impact long-term in Wisconsin, but hasn't necessarily generated the amount of commotion as something like the Gableman investigation?
Obviously, redistricting has been huge, and that's going to be another thing that has ramifications for years and years down the road.
A lot of people don't understand the gridlock that is here in the State House and why things don't get done is because of the maps that were drawn 10 years ago.
What's the big headline of 2022?
I think it goes between either Ron Johnson is going to run again or not run again.
The eyes of the nation are on Wisconsin with that one again.
And we can't forget about the governor's race. I mean, is Wisconsin going to vote a Republican governor?
If Republicans win, they will retain the majority in the legislature, most likely, and that will give them free access to pass whatever they want to pass.
We're always seems to be at the center of national politics. We will again in 2022.
At the Capitol for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
Join Naomi and her panelists this Sunday on For the Record after Face the Nation. She'll take you through the twists and turns of a long and divisive year in state politics and what you need to know for 2022. New federal regulations will require all new cars to be equipped with an alert system aimed at preventing hot car deaths. The advocacy group Kids in Cars says on average 39 children die in hot cars each year. Now, a new provision in the infrastructure law will require automakers to install backseat alert systems in all new vehicles. Many of them already have systems in place, including GM, Chevy, and Hyundai. It's not yet known when those rear seat reminders will go into effect. The law gives the Department of Transportation 2 years to implement the rule. Meanwhile, parts of California dealing with a lot of snow. How much? Look at this. He just keeps going right into the snow. He goes all the way head deep. Young man here completely submerging himself. This was in South Lake Tahoe. The kid's dad says his son's over 5 feet tall, too. And according to the National Weather Service, the coldest air in nearly 5 years is set to arrive there by the weekend. Okay, so I have done some research for Chris Reese, and I found where he's taking his next vacation to Minnesota, Alexandria, where there are some Airbnbs made out of grain bins. Check these out. 4 bins, 90 years old. They were moved 15 miles to where they currently are. They were renovated by a couple, and in summers, they're rented out for weddings since there's a lake, pavilion, and a repurposed barn on the property. But in the winter, it's rented out from people all over the world.
Originally, I thought it was going to be cold. You know, grain bin, just a piece of metal. But they're really comfortable, clean, really nice rooms. So, here we are.
Yeah, that lady there came from South Africa to check it out. The property is called Gathered Oaks. It's a great place to visit in the winter because the area is known for ice fishing and snowmobiling. 6:50 now, coming up in the morning sprint, all the morning's top headlines. First, though, we want to say happy birthday. We have a few birthdays to celebrate today. Some triplets, Declan, Rowan, and Naya. Thanks for sharing your photos with us, and happy birthday to all the kiddos turning 3 out there. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with a large selection of in-stock inventory of power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
If your bathroom is dull and outdated, then it's time for a change. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for high-quality baths, showers, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Infused with Microban to prevent bacteria, mold, and mildew. Call Mad City Baths now for our year-end blowout sale. 75% off installation on a new bath or shower. No interest and no payments for 18 months. Look at the bonus. 75% off select upgrades. And if you call right now, we have a nice gift for you. A $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. It's our year-end blowout sale. Check us out at madcitybaths.com. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Hey, got a great deal at Toyotathon.
Got a great deal at Toyotathon.
You too.
Got a great deal at Toyotathon. Yeah. Got great deal. Okay, it's the final days of Toyotathon.
Yes.
Time for you to get a great deal.
Right now, during Toyotathon, get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4, RAV4 Hybrid, Venza, or CHR.
It all ends January 3rd.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house, with hundreds of Lazy Boy recliners in stock starting at $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale, open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
At SSM Health, hope is closer than ever.
6:54, time for the morning sprint. We start with an update to a story we broke yesterday morning. A man is in custody accused of shooting a crossbow at an officer. Police were called to a house in the Wisconsin Dells for disturbance when they found a man barricaded inside a bedroom with a woman. That man told police that he was armed and threatened to shoot her. Officers entered the home after negotiations for the woman's release broke down, and that's when police say a man fired a crossbow at a tactical team member. No one was hurt. Police say they arrested 3 teenagers Tuesday after they found a stolen vehicle and gun inside. Officers followed the vehicle to a convenience store here on Todd Drive. Around the same time, a woman called police to report a group of men in her shed. Police tracked down the teenagers to an apartment building near the Arboretum. A 17-year-old taken to the Dane County Jail. A 16 and 15-year-old were taken to juvenile hall. A 19-year-old Milwaukee man has been charged with an arson after an apartment fire left 100 people displaced over the weekend. According to the criminal complaint, Ivana Brown lived in the building and residents saw him attempting to light cardboard on fire. Brown admitted to the arson and said he did it because of a demonic presence. The World Health Organization warned that the combination of the Delta and Omicron variants could create a tsunami of new infections. Across the U.S., the number of children in the hospital is up 74% in the last month. Scientists say the data so far shows Omicron is causing milder symptoms in children than the Delta variant. South Korea has effectively agreed with the U.S. on a draft declaring an official end to the Korean War. Fighting in the Korean War concluded with a ceasefire agreement in 1953, but on paper, the war never officially ended. There was no peace treaty between North and South Korea. A U.S. State Department spokesperson says the U.S. is ready to meet with North Korea without preconditions. The White House says President Biden and Russian leader Vladimir Putin will speak today. Ukraine is at the top of the agenda. The call requested by Putin. There are now upwards of 100,000 Russian troops gathered on the Ukrainian border.
Temperatures this morning starting out in the teens, but we are doubling that, warming up into the lower 30s for those highs. A couple of flurries can't be ruled out, mainly to our north, but we're going to keep a lot of that cloud cover around. 31 is where we top out. From there, attention turns to the weekend. That's where a storm system does look to bring some snow our way. Closer towards the state line, that is where you are most likely to get the heaviest snow.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great day.